Hello and welcome back to my garden. Well, today is not a happy day. As you can see, we are staring at an empty garden box, and this is a sad day because this garden box was dug up by squirrels overnight and tore out all of the beet seeds that I had planted in there. So it looks like we're going to have to start over with this garden box. Now these garden boxes are on my upper deck. It comes off my kitchen. I love planting things like radishes, lettuce, and flowers in these garden boxes. I love the lettuce in particular because I love being able to come right outside from the kitchen, grab some lettuce either for a salad or for burgers, whatever the case may be. I love growing the radishes in these boxes. Now the squirrels also got to this box here, but I was able to maneuver some of them, and the soil, it wasn't as bad, and they didn't dig out the radishes quite as much. Thankfully, the squirrels didn't touch this box, and they only just barely touched this box a little bit, but the radishes are starting to form in here, so I'm really glad that they didn't tear up this box. Now, this garden box had beets in it. I won't be replanting the beets, but what I am going to do is plant another round of radishes. Succession planting is something I do with a lot of my crops in my veggie garden. Basically, what succession planting is when you plant the same crop throughout the gardening season. Now, a lot of people think you plant your veggies in May and in June and that's it. That is not the case. You can keep planting transplants, you can keep planting seeds, especially with those fast growing crops. Radishes is one of them in those cooler temperatures, both in the spring and in the fall. You can plant multiple rounds of radishes. This is going to be my third round. This box and this box was round one. For some reason, this box is growing quite slow, but that's okay. It's been a really wet season. This was round two, and this is going to be round three, and probably my last round because the temperatures are going to start heating up here as we enter the end of May and into June. And radishes really don't like those hot temperatures. They start to get woody and bitter and spicy, and they're just not as good. So we're going to plant some radishes. Now, lesson learned. I had some green netting covering these garden boxes while the seeds germinated and while the seedlings were so small. I got brave and I took that netting off. I shouldn't have. So what I'm going to do when I plant the new radish seeds is I'm going to put the netting back over, all the way over, and covering this box, this box, this box, this box even. It'll be okay, and this box. So that way I know that I'll have a successful harvest of radishes. We're going to plant this gourmet blend radish variety. Typically, radishes in really good temperatures and thriving weather conditions can be harvested in 21 to 28 days. So we're going to plant these. They're really quick growers, slow to germinate, but really fast to go to harvest, fun to grow. They're beautiful. They taste so delicious, crisp, juicy, great to add to salads, great to add to stir fries. Let's get to planting. We don't need to amend this soil. It's fresh soil from the beginning of the season. All we're going to do is poke holes down into the soil about an inch deep or so, and 1 to 2 inches apart. We don't need to be precise here. The important part is to not get frustrated. These things with critters are going to happen in your garden, and it's okay. We're just going to plant again. This is the tricky part with one hand, but all we're going to do is drop a couple of seeds into each hole. And if more than one seed drops, that's totally okay. We can thin these out. I'm not going to be precise here at all. We're just going to throw some seeds in the soil, get a couple more, sprinkle them in here. Sprinkle them in. And then all we're going to do is make sure they're covered. So we're going to move the soil around. Some of them did make it into the holes that I made. Here's a beetroot that survived that I just pulled out. And these are planted. Now I'm going to cover them so the squirrels can't dig them out again, and we're good to go. Okay, we've covered the boxes with this green netting, and I used these clips to hold it down in various corners. I also added these lights to the garden box to help keep the netting just a little bit higher so there's room for the seedlings to grow. There's plenty of room for the lettuce to grow, lots of room. It's very flexible. The sun can get in. It's not blocking the sun, it's not blocking the rain, and I didn't cover the last bed over there. But I think this will definitely help keep the critters out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you found it helpful, and share it with a friend so that they can learn too. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends!